Welcome to Radio Sensation. I'm your host, Dan. And in this episode, I am going to be taking a look at Gou Tanabe's manga adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness. And this is a manga that was put out by Dark Horse in these two. This is the size of the average manga released here in the U.S. in a tankobon version, and came out in 2 volumes. Not bad, nice printing, and not bad to look at. But I am going to be looking at this newest version that just came out. This oversized. This is about the size of like the Berserk books that come out, those deluxe ones. And you can see the difference in the size, and it looks great. A little background on the story of At the Mountains of Madness, in case you're not familiar. It was an H.P. Lovecraft novella that was written for Weird Tales, but it was rejected for being too long. It was written in 1931. It finally saw print in 3 consecutive issues of the pulp magazine Astounding Stories in 1936. And this is one of H.P. Lovecraft's most famous stories. It's been reprinted many times. It's the most like a regular, it seems very much like it would be easy to adapt to. I know that people have optioned it for movies. There's been some comic work done before for it, although not the complete thing like this. It's the most like a regular adventure story. Now, the first half of the story is almost like a mystery. A trip to the story is told from the viewpoint of someone who's trying to convince, it's somebody who's taken a trip to Antarctica on an expedition. Horrible fate befalls most of the people who go there, and so the writer is trying to convince people, don't go any further, don't explore any further there. And this expedition that goes sends out a little exploratory party ahead of the main expedition, and when the main expedition catches up to the earlier group, they find all the men and the sled dogs slaughtered except for 1 man and 1 dog that are missing. And as they start to look around, they find specimens of what they assume are prehistoric life there in the snow. And they start investigating things, and they discover things that probably should have been left alone. I don't know how much of this to give away. This is a pretty famous story. Many of you might be familiar with it. It's about an older alien race that has come to Earth, and while they're here and they're trying to make a place here on this planet, the slaves, they have a slave race that they are using, and that slave race rises up, and there was a terrific battle, and now the humans are coming along and finding out that not all traces have disappeared over the millennium. And so, like I said, this is just fantastic looking artwork. The artist did a lot of studies of period ships, clothing. He wanted to get this as close as possible, and so it really looks terrific. This larger size really does justice to his work. There's a lot of manga. I mean, this is, I think that this, when it originally appeared in Japan, might have been just as tankobon. I don't know that it appeared in the magazines of any kind. But I wish more manga was brought over in this larger size. because there's a couple artists who I really think deserve to have their artwork recreated larger. Anyway, like I said, I'm just going to go through here and show off some of this artwork. This is there. It starts off, and like I said, it's only a novella, so he makes the most of this, setting this mood with these this fantastic artwork. There is some parts where it gets a little talky, but it's okay because there is a lot of art. There's a lot of mood setting, and it's all handled so well. I really enjoyed this. Lovecraft is somebody who's had a lot of comic stuff done, especially in the last 2 decades or so, and most of it has been pretty uninspiring to me. I haven't been crazy about it. I remember when the heavy metal issue came out with Lovecraft, and everybody was buzzing about it. But that's because we had seen so little. I think only about half that issue of heavy metal really holds up. And considering how much I enjoy Lovecraft, that's a little sad to me. But I think this is one of the best adaptations. Here we go. I'm not going to go through a whole lot of this. Like I said, I just wanted to have an opportunity to show you this. Look, that's a great vista there when they start exploring the caverns where the alien city is built and the creatures are. And I'm going to show off some of the creatures. And here's a destroyed ship with frozen corpses, handled really well. This actually might have, the way he's drawing this might have actually been inspired somewhat by John Carpenter's The Thing or something like that, which is very similar. The way that I'm trying to remember exactly who goes there, the novella that Thing from Another World is based on. But it certainly plays off of that short story certainly seems inspired by Lovecraft, and John Carpenter's The Thing is definitely inspired by Lovecraft. So, and there's the remains of a creature that you can't even really tell what's going on. Some artworks they find. There's this giant vista of the past, the things that happened. Some of the crazy life forms. There's a small color insert in it. And here I thought that, the idea of the mutated penguins that have been mutated by encounters with this alien, the alien life, could seem kind of silly, but I think he does a great job of it. I really like those creatures. I like the way he handles it. There's the blob-like creature they encounter with. There's another look at it. So anyway, that's a quick look at this. Hopefully, this will give you an idea of whether or not you want to pick it up. I think it's a great version of the story. If anybody else has looked at this, either the original smaller version or if you've got this new one a while, leave me a comment below. And if you have any graphic representations of Lovecraft that really stand out for you. I'm thinking more graphic novels. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to check it out in case I don't know. I am pretty familiar with a lot of it, but I also know that at some point I stopped really picking up all the graphic novel kind of stuff on Lovecraft just because I was being disappointed so much. So it's possible I've missed what could turn out to be one of my favorites. One of my favorite books of all time is in my storage somewhere. The last couple of times I've gone, I've looked for it. There's a great book from Centipede Press about artwork illustrating H.P. Lovecraft. It's mostly illustrations that were done for magazines and books, and a lot of book covers from around the world and everything, all kinds of really beautifully done. It was a very small press run, so it's one that's not talked about very much. Hopefully I'll be able to find that soon, and I'll do a video on that. In the meantime, there you go, the deluxe edition of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness.